Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 8th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Saturday out there so far. Hope everybody has a great Saturday afternoon. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we'll talk about the outlook for the next 3 days, as you can see here on the screen. We'll be discussing more of it at the end of this broadcast, so stick around for that. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location. And also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar as well. Also, we're going to take a look, like I said, we're going to discuss these outlooks at the later end of this broadcast. I'll get a chance to see in the forecast right now. I just want to discuss the severe weather potential for the next 3 days. Alright, if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. Okay, as you can see, we got convective outlook. We got a lot of marginal and slight risk for today. Also, again on your Sunday, some up here in the upper Midwest, East Coast, South and Southeast, and look like pretty much of the United States for your Monday with marginal risk and slight risk categories. But we will discuss all of these at the end of the broadcast. And as you can see, day 4, let's see, 4, nothing, 5, nothing, 6, 7, and 8, nothing at this time. But I do expect each and every day they will be marginal and slight risk for severe weather across the board for the next 8 days anyway. So this even though they're not showing it on here, but it will continue every day as we continue forward. Alright, let's move on to the weather radar now, so that way you get a chance to see the weather radar for your location across the nation. As you can see here, we got showers, more widespread showers and storms up here in Michigan, down in the portions of northern Kentucky, moving through Ohio. Got a line of showers and storms in Canada, southwest, central and southeastern Canada, excuse me. Also up here around Maine, also in the coastal waters. Also the showers and storms starting to develop around the North Carolina and South Carolina area as well. That will continue through the afternoon. Scattered shower down in the northern Bahamas. Also more widespread to scattered showers for central and southern Florida. More scattered activity over the Gulf. Well, more widespread showers and storms over the Gulf of Mexico. Puerto Rican Island looks kind of wet there because it's got some showers there in your vicinity. Cuba looks good. The southern Bahamas looks good. The Hawaiian Chain Island got some scattered showers for you guys. Central and southwest Alaska, you got some showers and storms there. And also some showers and storms around the Guam Island as well. We got more widespread scattered activity over Mississippi, back into Missouri and Illinois. Also more scattered activity over Texas and New Mexico, all the way up into the central portion of the United States, up toward North and South Dakota, including Nebraska and Kansas. Scattered activity over Wyoming. Also over here in Nevada and Oregon states as well. Alright, let's move on to the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, we got some flood advisory for portion of western Maine. Also there in central North Carolina. Got a severe thunderstorm warning for the Charlotte area, as we have a thunderstorm developing there that's producing some damaging winds over 60 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. Also, we got a heat advisory for southern Florida. Also, we got some special marine warnings for the east coast of Florida as well. Southern Texas special weather statements, and also some heat advisory there as well. We got a severe thunderstorm warning also for southwestern Tennessee. Got some flood advisory there as well. for portion of Arkansas. Over here in Oklahoma, flood watches in effect for portion of Nebraska. River flood warning still in effect for South Dakota. Flood heat advisory over portions of Washington State. Red flag warnings there over Oregon, also over portions of eastern Utah and western Colorado. Also, we have some flood advisory for portions of California, and also some special weather statement for southern Nevada, northwestern portions of Arizona. We still had a excessive heat watches in effect. Notice he said, yeah, excessive heat watch. Also, we got excessive heat warnings in effect for southern Arizona. A couple counties there in northern portion of Arizona. Heat advisory for southern portions of New Mexico, western Texas as well. All right, let's go on to the Storm Prediction Center. We're going to discuss this severe weather potential, what I was showing you at the beginning of the broadcast. As we can see, we're going to start off here. We got general thunderstorm from Maine all the way to Florida, and including the Florida Keys, all the way back to southeast Texas, back to New Mexico and Arizona, all the way back over to Washington, Oregon State, back to North and South Dakota with general thunderstorms there. We have a marginal risk extending all the way from Ohio all the way down to Louisiana, back into Wyoming. Slight risk extending from Wyoming all the way back east to Mississippi, western Kentucky, and western Tennessee and southwestern Kentucky. Alright, if you live in Memphis, Tennessee, Denver, Colorado, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, you're under a slight risk for severe weather this afternoon. If you live in Dallas, Texas, Columbus, Ohio, Fort Worth, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Cleveland, Ohio, you're under a marginal risk for severe weather this afternoon. The tornado probability for today, extending from Wyoming all the way into north to portions of the Panhandle of Texas and western Oklahoma. And if you live in Denver, Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado, Thornton, Colorado, and Pablo, Colorado, 2% risk for a tornado this afternoon. Winds, 5% in the Browns, extending from Wyoming all the way to Ohio. 15% extending from portions of southeast Wyoming all the way east to Mississippi, Kentucky, and Tennessee. If you live in Memphis, Tennessee, Denver, Colorado, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, you have a 15% risk for damaging winds. If you live in Dallas, Texas, Columbus, Ohio, Fort Worth, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Cleveland, Ohio, you're under a 5% risk for damaging winds. Alright, let's take a look at the hail probability. We have 5% over here in Texas, all the way into Wyoming. 15% there from Panhandle, Texas, all the way to Wyoming as well. And over Colorado, the significant hail threat includes the cities of Denver, Colorado, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Lakewood, Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado. If you live in Denver, Colorado, all the way to Thornton, Colorado, and surrounding areas, you're under a 15% risk for large hail. And if you live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, Lakewood, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, and Casper, Wyoming, 5% risk for large hail. Alright, let's move on to day number 2. This is your Sunday forecast. We got general thunderstorm from Maine down to Boston, southern South Carolina down to the Florida Panhandle, over here from Texas back into New Mexico and Arizona, all the way back over to Washington, Oregon State, and Montana. Also South Dakota back into Wisconsin, northern Michigan. Marginal risk up here in portions of Minnesota, eastern North Dakota. Marginal risk extending all the way from New York State through the Carolinas, all the way back west to Oklahoma. They shrunk the slight risk area down into 2 sections. Over here to portions of eastern Texas, all the way into Alabama. Then from northeast South Carolina all the way to Pennsylvania. So if you live in Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, Virginia, and Raleigh, North Carolina, and surrounding vicinity, you're under a slight risk for severe weather on your Sunday. If you live in New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Dallas, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, Fort Worth, Texas, you're under a marginal risk for severe weather on your Sunday. The tornado probability is less than 2% in all areas, so that's not really a factor. But I would not be surprised to see a few isolated tornadoes here and there. Alright, winds. 5% in the brown up here in Minnesota, back over the eastern portion of North Dakota, also in the New York State, all the way back west to Oklahoma and Texas. We have a 15% extending all the way from Pennsylvania down to northeast South Carolina, also from Alabama back to northeastern Texas. If you live in Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, 15% risk for severe weather, damaging winds. If you live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, Fort Worth, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, you're under a 5% risk for damaging winds on Sunday. Hail, 5%, not really concerning too much, but there will be some areas with large hail, sending from North Carolina all the way to New York State, also up here in portions of Minnesota, eastern North Dakota, also down in Louisiana and Texas. And if you live in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Arlington, Texas, 5% risk for large hail. All right. For severe. Alright, we got a general thunderstorm and marginal risk over the northeast from Maine all the way back in a portion of Connecticut and also down toward the New York City area. Also, we have a general thunderstorm and also marginal risk extending from Virginia to the Carolinas down to the Florida Keys, all the way back through Louisiana, back to Texas, also back into New Mexico, all the way extending over to as far west as Washington State, also Montana as well, all the way east to back to Michigan. Slight risk of severe weather from the Panhandle of Texas, extending all the way up north to portions of South Dakota, and including Kansas, Nebraska, and eastern Colorado, and western and central Oklahoma, and northeastern portions of New Mexico. Alright, and if you live in Amarillo, Texas, Wichita Falls, Texas, Lawton, Oklahoma, Sioux Falls, Iowa, and Eden, Oklahoma, you're under a slight risk of severe weather on Monday. And if you live in Dallas, Texas, Jacksonville, Florida, Fort Worth, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and surrounding area, marginal risk for severe weather on Monday. The probability, we have a 5% risk from Maine down to Connecticut, portion of New York State, New York as well, New York City that is. Also from the Outer Banks of North Carolina down to the Florida Keys, back to Texas, all the way back over to Oklahoma, all the way back over to Idaho and Washington State, also in Montana, and east to portion of Wisconsin and Michigan. And the severe weather and 15% risk extending from Panhandle, Texas, all the way to South Dakota. And if you live in Amarillo, Texas, Wichita Falls, Texas, Lawton, Oklahoma, Sioux Falls, Iowa, and Eden, Oklahoma, you're under a 15% risk for severe weather. And if you live in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Omaha, Nebraska, 5% risk for severe weather on your Monday. Alright, well, everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, and we'll catch you back in the next one.